you down. Just play it straight. Drivers ready. Marshals look alive. Racing less than 5. I'd say patience, but this is a slash race. Poleske still found a way to hit somebody. Looks like Krivitz and Peters got together. Great news for Little Larry and Donny. Donny to the point here. Ahead of Little Larry, Nick Peters. Chuck off to a good start. Eric Krivitz. Then Matt Kosek and a bunch of slashes that look alike. Donny Steuck going to lead us out down the corkscrew, cutting the corner, but getting away with it. Nick Peters in the yellow and white going to try to hunt him down. Eric Krivitz has cleared the fray. Ahead of Little Larry, Matt Kosek, Jeff Katz, and Chuck Bille. Then we got some slashes that look alike again. I think that's Larry and Kyle Kosek. And then I believe that's Dan Jones, and Poleske's doing things I wish I didn't see. 45 seconds in, 4:15 to go. Donny bounces it off the wall. Peters to the point. Here comes the hideously old truck of Eric Krivitz, doing it F100 style. 1 minute in, 4 minutes to go. Peters leads us out. Cole, we should probably keep that closed. Peters, Krivitz, Wright, and Steuck. Now Donny getting by Little Larry for the 3 spot. Down the order, it looks like Katz and Kyle Kosek mixing it up. Chuck getting involved. And there's Dan Jones fighting for that spot, too. 120 in, 340 remaining. Peters, Krivitz, Steuck, Little Larry. Then Big Larry. Then it looks like Dan Jones and Chuck Bille. And it is 6 and 7, Dan Jones and Chuck Bille. Leaders starting to come up on lap traffic, and that's when slash races get interesting. Krivitz to the point. Nick Peters right behind him, but they get mixed up with the traffic. Peters to the front. Then Eric Krivitz. And Little Larry. Donny got hung up. Little Larry getting right through the traffic. 150 in, 3 minutes and change to go. Krivitz gets caught by Kosek. Little Larry going to take over the 2nd spot. So with 2 minutes in and 3 minutes remaining, Nick Peters down the corkscrew, the yellow and white, our leader. Little Larry ahead of Eric Krivitz and Donny Steuck. And it's a long way back to Big Larry watching the sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Dan Jones going to take Big Larry for the 5 spot right there. 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. Peters leads us out, 18-9 that time around for Nick. Little Larry and Eric Krivitz starting to get closer. Donny Steuck also in waiting. Halfway through this one, Little Larry gets sideways. Krivitz to the 2 spot. Donny going to slide by for the 3. Little Larry going to go down to the 4, but he goes back to the inside of Donny. It's going to cost them both some time. Dan Jones trying to move forward. It says he started 15th, but that's not quite true. Nick Peters gets hung up on James Poleske, and Eric Krivitz to the point. Krivitz in the old Ford going to lead us out ahead of Peters with 2 minutes to go. Little Larry on his lid. That's going to let Donny by for the 3 spot, and here comes Dan Jones. Little Larry and Dan Jones door to door in the hairpin for position. Out front, 150 to go. Krivitz getting sideways, trying to keep Peters behind him, tight to the pipe. Nick tries to go right over the top, doesn't do it. Krivitz a little bit slow through the hairpin. The traffic catches him. Peters to the inside in a drag race down the line. Nick hangs him out to dry and takes the spot. Good driving by Peters. Watch it off the double. Oh, no, slash things are going to happen. Oh, that was a lot cleaner than I thought it was going to be. Krivitz taking another look on Peters. Peters gets by again, 125 to go. Nick Peters leads us out into the sweeper, the yellow and white. Krivitz right behind him, 7/10 to separation. Good fight back there between... Nah, it's nothing for position back there. 1:10 to go. Peters and Krivitz checking out. Donny having a good old time fighting Dan Jones for position. That is for position. Donny and Dan through the triple. 4 down, 1 to go. Eric Krivitz hanging onto the back bumper of Nick Peters, waiting for the mistake. It was not there, so Eric's going to have to wait. And he will. That's okay, though. 3rd and 4th are just coming off the double right now. That's Donny, who for some reason shoved Jeff Katz off the track. And Dan Jones all the way up to 3rd now. Keep it low in the sweeper. 30 seconds to go. Peters, Krivitz, Jones, Steuck, Little Larry, Chuck, Big Larry, James, Matt Kyle, and Jeff Katz. 25 seconds. Krivitz giving Peters the business. He's got 2 laps to get by. Maybe 1 if there's enough traffic in the way. Once again, can't do it clean. Has to wait for Peters. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, get to the line, 2, 1. Nick Peters going to get the win. Him and Eric Krivitz did not cross the line before the tone. So Nick Peters and Eric Krivitz are done. Donny opens the door. Dan Jones going to get Larry Wright for the 4th spot on the last lap. Chuck Bille will come home 6th. Good run by Chuck. Then Poleske. I got a problem here. Shut him down. Says the hot lap of the race was James Poleske with a 15.6. That's not right. A good race was had by all. Shut him down. Poleske, I don't know where you cut the track, but whatever.